Hope you're all doing well. It's getting tough, isn't it? Still staying in and not seeing family and friends. So I thought we'd work our minds today, both writing a story, just a simple one. It's not like homework or anything. It's a fun, funky one, and illustrating it, drawing pictures to match our words. Okay. So the first thing is to get our story, isn't it? So. Easy way to do it is, all I'm looking for is a 26-word story. That's 26 words, and each word begins with the next letter of the alphabet. So the easiest way is to write the alphabet out in order like that, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, etc. And then next to each letter of the alphabet, we put some words that we know. So make sure there's naming words, descriptive words, all those nouns, verbs, adjectives, and that you use in school. Pop them down next to each letter. So as many words as you can get in. So for example, I've put as, apple, always, at. And for B, I've put blue, breakfast, bottom, big. And then C, Charlie, chimp, cry, etc. And you do it for each letter of the alphabet. Then we choose words out of from them letters, just one word from each letter, to make a story. And the story needs to flow rather than just random words put down. So we need to make our little story flowing. So I've started off, at breakfast Charlie didn't eat, and we would carry on the story all the way down the best we can. Some letters are tricky, but that's the challenge, isn't it? So we need our 26 words, one from each letter of the alphabet, all in order to make our story. Then we're going to put them into a book. So I've got a couple of ways you can use the book. You can make a book. So we've got these, look, this lovely concertina type book, which I love. And it goes round and round, round and round and round, goes to the back and starts again. So you've got double-sided, which you can illustrate and write your story on. And I'll show you how to do that. Really simple. Here's mine, not coloured in yet. So we take an A4 piece of paper, any piece of paper. It can be any size. Well, it doesn't have to be A4. It needs to be rectangle size. So rectangle size paper. It can be a nice big piece like this as well. We'll just fold that the same. And then we open it up and cut it in half. All the way up, because we need 2 strips to make a long book, otherwise we'll only end up with 3 so pages, so we need to make more pages. So fold that for half and then fold it in half again and do the same. So we fold this in half, fold it in half again. So we have 2 of those, and you could leave that as a little book if you wanted. This just makes it more interesting, doesn't it? And then we glue our 2 pages together right on top of each other to match them up like so. And this just gives us a slightly longer book. And we need to concertina them. You might have to turn the folds a different way, like so. And then we're going to, you've got something you can press it down with, make nice sharp edges. And then we have our book, and we can either leave it as that the front cover and that's the back cover, or like me, I've got 2 little pieces of card, so I'm going to glue this one here and match that up and stick it on, then turn it over, do the same on the back, and hey presto, there is our little concertina book. And then you could put your story in and decorate it. Okay, so that's one way of doing it. And the other way I've done it is I've used a different method, which I shall show you how to do that. So another piece of paper can be A4, again any size, but rectangle, not square. So fold it in half again, open it up, fold it in half the other way, match up the edges, open it up, fold it in half, fold this flap into the middle there. So by the time we've done all our folds, we should have 8 little folded sections on our piece of paper. Open that so we know where the middle is, like so. And then we've got our 8 little sections. So across the 2 middle sections there, we are going to draw a line.
just across the two middle ones, right down the middle, like so. Okay, and we're going to fold it in half so we can see our pencil mark, and we're going to cut like so. So we've got a little cut, open it up, and then we're going to pinch it together so it stands up like so, and we can fold them over like so. Keep folding back and forward. And then now we're going to twist it gently like that, so it's across, and then we've got our book. Simple as that, you see. And then what we need to do is, you can leave it at that length if you want, but it's not much to write all your pictures on because they're going to be our front and back covers. So I did 2 and stuck them together, so it made a bigger book, like so. Okay? And this is what I came up with. And then what I did is, so I'm going to stick that together, like so quickly. And then I just folded a piece of card, got my spine of my books like that, put lots of glue on the spine bit, this is called the spine, and we just slot it into our piece of card like that. Could be better fitted than mine, but there you go. And then that's our book, you see. And then what we do is, we illustrate it. So we now take our story, and on each page, or the page, how many pages you want to use per word or anything, we write our story in the book, and we illustrate, we draw pictures to match the words. So here's my book. Do you want to see it? So, a 26-word story, written and illustrated by Georgina Roundhouse. So always put your name to your work as well. So it's called Jellied Kippers. At breakfast, Charlie didn't eat. Feeling grumpy, he insisted jellied kippers looked marvellous. Nibbling one piece quickly, yum, 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 yum. Rosie stared unapprovingly. Very worried, Xavier yelled, "Zounds!" The end. And I've put my little cover on, illustrated it, explained the story on the back, using the alphabet right, 26 words, etc. And as you can see, just last little peek, it goes in order A, B, C, D, E, F, G, etc. And that's my little book. So illustrate your book, draw pictures matching your words and stories, and come up with your book. And can I just remind you that earlier on, there's a video for our self-portrait project for the exhibition in the studio when we kind of get back to normal. So if you can do your self-portrait, send it all into the studio witness, all their social media sites, and write on it somewhere on your artwork what the studio means to you. So love to see all your self-portraits. Would love to see all your books all on the studio social media. If you don't know how to do it, ask your mums and dads or grown-ups. They will help you. And yeah, have a go. See you next time. Bye.